Hey everybody, what's up? What's good? The Wolf here with a talking about some stuff video. I guess you could say it's Let's Talk, but let's get into it. So, we've had about a week or two to look over, listen to every single point of the big debate of whether it was a good idea to bring Call of Duty over to Sony as the main console, and what that means, and is esports going over to Sony and this and that stuff. Now, on the esports side of things, we have no concrete stuff yet, as far as I've heard, and I keep my nose pretty well buried into the esports scene. That's actually where I, been really liking so far for Advanced Warfare is, the esports scene. But my thoughts, these are all just kind of thoughts and opinions, nothing really concrete in this video. This is just kind of me just kind of thinking over stuff and talking about it. So anyways, let me get into it. So the Black Ops 3 beta is going to be on Sony first. Now, red flag right off immediately. Yes, and I also want to say, I am not, yes, I am a little bit of a fanboy for the Xbox, but that's just because it works 90% of the time. Sometimes you do have some glitches. It's not the perfect console ever. I do like what Sony does with their console, like Uncharted, and I've seen The Last of Us and stuff like that. Do I own a PS4? No, I don't. Did I have a PS3, and do I have a Vita? Yes, I do. I think they're pretty decent consoles and everything. PSN, of course, has its issues, and I do not like PSN for that reason, but, it is what it is. So Xbox Live has been since I think they said Black Ops 1 or World at War or something like that, has been the top of the line go-to console for Call of Duty. That's changing when Sony is now taking over the helm of the main console for Call of Duty, which means Black Ops 3 beta is coming to PSN first. Now, as I said, a red flag on that, and the reason why I say a red flag on that is because PSN is known to be the most unstable console network for gaming. It crashes all the time. You just can't connect. The signal's not good. And of course, you have dropped games, lost games, whatever you want to say. Yes, that happens. Sometimes you lag at games on Xbox Live. I will admit Xbox Live is not perfect either. But PSN is definitely known to be the most unstable, network of all gaming, really. Even PC has better, but of course PC has dedicated servers, which is something that I still don't really get why we don't have dedicated servers on Call of Duty. That's one thing that kind of still blows my mind, because Call of Duty is the biggest, franchise on console. Not in the full gaming world, because of course League of Legends, I'm pretty sure, and Counter-Strike kind of outbeats Call of Duty in the worldwide aspect of it. But anyways, it's always, the PSN is always crashing and is down for periods of time, and that right there spells disaster when you have a beta as big as Black Ops 3. There's a lot of attention coming into Black Ops 3. There's a lot of people that nostalgia takes over, and they have gone out and they pre-ordered it, and they really want to see this beta for Black Ops 3. They can't wait to get their hands on Black Ops 3. There's a lot of press people that have already gotten their hands on Black Ops 3 at E3. They really liked it, so there's a lot of big hype and buzz going into this, which means there's going to be a lot of people that have pre-ordered the game that are going to want to get on the PlayStation Network. They're going to want to see it first. They're going to want to be bragging to their friends, or make YouTube videos, or stream it, or whatever. Now, like I said, with PSN being the way it is, who knows, that might just be a very, very bad deal here. And, because if the beta is not working all that great and the connection is not there, which we all know Black Ops 2, no matter how much you love it, we all know the Black Ops series has had the worst connection in the Call of Duty franchise. Okay, Black Ops 2 is, it was notorious for its bad connections and stuff. So PSN, on top of that, being a bad or unstable network, bad for keeping the connection really good and strong, it just kind of adds up. You can put the two and two together to make the, oh my god, this is a bad move, it's a bad idea. And of course, if the game does not work well day one, right off the bat, when people are watching live streamers and YouTubers playing it, and if the game does not work all that great for connection wise, guess what's going to happen? The way gamers are thinking nowadays is, okay, day one, it's not working, boom, okay, I'm canceling my pre-order, I'm bringing it back to the store, blah, I don't like it, I didn't like Ghost, I didn't like Advanced Warfare, and yeah, also the kind of flip side to that too is people are spending hard-earned money on it. It should work day one. I do agree on, like a subject like that if people want to bring that into the subject. So, as I said, people have been hating on the COD franchise since like Ghost. People have been like, Ghost was just, a bad Call of Duty. It was just a lot of camping and this and that stuff. Although personally, I think the Ghost servers were probably the best servers that we've seen in Call of Duty ever. I mean, I played every single Call of Duty since COD 4. I know there's a lot of people that played it since COD 2 or COD 1 or whatever, since they brought the multiplayer on board. But since COD 4 days, I played every single one of them pretty much competitively. And when I say competitively, I don't mean in esports. I mean with clans, playing clan wars, all weekend long, playing with clans all night, every single weekday and all that stuff. So, I've seen my very, very fair share, even though I haven't recorded over the years, and I'm kind of newer to YouTube and everything. I have seen my fair share of everything when it comes to Call of Duty. And, but like I said, Ghost had the best servers, in my opinion. Maybe you don't agree with it, whatever. But Ghost got a very bad rep by the fans overall, just from the gameplay and the way the maps were and everything. Advanced Warfare is getting a bad rep also. It's kind of, I'm starting to see kind of half and half now, but of course, Advanced Warfare with the advanced movement, everybody, no exos, and I hate exos and everything else. Me, I mean, me, I kind of like the exo movement. I think it brings, some newness to the series. It makes the series a little more fun because then you have that extra aspect, I think it's a skill set that you have to know how to use the movement the right way and how to aim while using that movement the right way. And, it all goes together. But people have been hating on Ghost and Advanced Warfare. Now, if Black Ops 3 does not hit it out the park, does that hurt the franchise? Definitely. Because then that's going to make sure that it's just a downward spiral on top of that. If people don't like the futuristic vibe of it to get go, and then the game doesn't work on top of that, it's just, it adds up. And, so esports, I was just kind of talking about it and everything, and I got some note sheets in front of me here. So, talking about esports and everything, now, Sony. Okay, so Sony's, we all know Sony doesn't have as big a bank account as Microsoft. And, if you're a fanboy, I know you're going to be like, yo, that's just crazy. I don't think so. But come on, realistically, Microsoft has a bigger bank account than Sony, and Microsoft is willing to support esports and everything probably more than what Sony's willing to, because, Sony just doesn't have it in them to fully, invest in it. So if you think about it, the pro players are going to be on the worst end of this. As average players, it's like, okay, yeah, we wait about a week or two or whatever for beta and everything. Now, the pro players, on the other hand, they get paid specifically for playing Call of Duty. Now, if that paycheck is not there with Sony, because Allier even, Allier, him, he's all big time in the scene also. He's one of the biggest YouTubers out there, and the reason why he's one of the biggest YouTubers is because he talks and he's around esports all the time. Call of Duty has turned into a sports game, technically, from the esports arena and everything, that it's grown tenfold because of that whole thing. Now, the pro players, the pro community has grown tenfold because it's, you can actually make a living off of it. There are people, one of the main ones that comes to mind, right now is Optic Gaming. I mean, they make, all kinds of cash from the pro circuit and all that stuff, and that's pretty much their careers. Now, if you got bills to pay and mouths to feed, then, and Halo or CSGO is paying more, of a prize pool, because, they just had the bigger prize pool, then, which game are you going to play? You're not going to play Call of Duty. If Sony's giving you this amount, and whoever does the prize pool for Halo and CSGO and all that gives more, I mean, which game are you going to stick pro with? You got bills to pay, you got mouths to feed. You're going to have to go in that direction, which could also, if Sony doesn't put up the big bills like Microsoft has over the years, then guess what? We could see a downfall in, the pro scene too. Now, some people might be like, I don't care about pro scene. That's whatever. But the overall Call of Duty, look at the way Call of Duty is built and designed nowadays. It is built and designed like a sports game. It is built and designed for the pros, with us average players playing it, whenever we can. And I mean, there's a lot of these younger kids and everything. I'm not in my 30s or anything, but the younger kids, the younger generation are looking at the pros and like, I want to be like that. And so, if you got a lesser prize pool, and of course money talks big time, are the kids really going to want to go in that direction at Call of Duty, or are they going to want to go in something else? So overall, I do find this business choice very bad, really. And I've, you just heard my reasons behind that. There is no concrete evidence, like I said, of esports. Maybe MLG and all that stuff will stay over on Microsoft. Who knows? If you watch the events and everything, you see how many people are cheering on. It just goes to reinforce the point of Call of Duty being a sports game, and esports being just, legitimately one of the main reasons why everybody either plays Call of Duty or watches Call of Duty or whatever. I'm kind of going down my little my cheat sheets here of just different points that I wanted to make in this video. So, esports pro players and entertainers alike have already built up their arsenal of accessories too, and like control freaks, I guess, don't fit the same way on like PlayStation controllers as they do on Xbox controllers. And what I was kind of thinking is like, well, if your main target audience has already been Microsoft for so many years, everybody's already kind of built up on their Microsoft stuff. Yeah, you can see me prestiging in the background there and everything. I'm running out of time in this video. So if your main thing is all Microsoft fans on the pro circuit, and then you say you give away DLC codes for PSN and everything, I mean that's gonna limit your reach for your fan base. I just don't get why they made this move happen. I mean, maybe Microsoft is just looking at bringing like Gears and Halo and stuff like that to the forefront, and let PlayStation have Call of Duty, and let PlayStation maybe grow using Call of Duty in that aspect of it. But the majority of Call of Duty players, I still think, is Xbox, and I don't know if that's going to change. It's kind of hard to say. Are people really going to want to go out and buy a brand new console and stuff just to play Call of Duty on it? I mean, there's a lot of people that will. Your hardcore, die-hard fans that are like Call of Duty every day. They might go out and buy a console just to get everything a couple weeks early or whatever it's going to be. Is it going to sell PlayStations? Who knows? We don't exactly know what the game is going to be like. Well, we do. There is a lot of content out there, but we haven't gotten hands on with it. For the majority, for the most part, I don't feel like people have gotten their hands on it. So until you get your hands on a game, you don't exactly know what it's going to be. That's my point I'm trying to make there. So this video is run. You've heard my stuff. And of course, as always, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up and go ahead and share it around. And as always, you know what it is. If you subscribe to the channel, it's going to make sure that you stay tuned for all new videos coming soon.